I think we can only control so much to a certain extent. I mean, obviously, I put in a lot of practice into what I do. I'm constantly thinking about art. I'm like constantly making things, but you definitely get to a point where you have no control over what happens at that moment. I mean, I guess like thinking of just like in the arc of my career again, yes, I've put in a lot of work to get to this point, but there are moments when you just have to kind of let go and let live, like something steps in and decides for you like, okay, this is the opportunity that you're going to have to show this work. I mean, like for example, showing work at the Betsy, like I would have never imagined that I would have had my images in the B bar, for example. I mean, my mentor, Christopher Cozier, actually had some images in there a few years ago. I remember going to the Betsy for the first time and seeing his work. And then I was just like, wow, this is such a cool, quirky space. Like I would love to be able to do something like this. I remember seeing the images that my mentor, Christopher Cozier, had in the B bar. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was 2013 or 2014. Might have been 2013. And just, seeing, like every time I've kind of been in a space that I've imagined that I would love to show my work or like an opportunity that I would love to have, it takes a while, but I think eventually I get there. I don't know if it's quite serendipitous or if just that in some ways I've kind of like positioned myself to work towards that point. I'm not really quite sure which comes first. But when I proposed to Leslie that I would love to show some work in the B bar, she was totally open, and it was just so generous of her to even offer that, to be honest. I was like, I have to try and figure out a way to do this justice, because it was such a special space for me, just seeing other work inside there and knowing the potential of what I could do in that space. So yeah, I mean, that to me felt like a very serendipitous moment.